Hello and welcome to another episode of my photography vlog, but today it's going to be something different. I'm not out in the field, I'm actually at home at the moment, and I'm with a new piece of camera equipment that I've got around 3 or 4 months ago actually. So I've been using it for the last 3 or 4 months, and it's featured on a few of my YouTube videos that I recorded during that period of time. And some eagle-eyed viewers have spotted the type of bag that it was and have sent me a message asking me was it any good. And I said, you know what, it's a very good bag, yes, but I'd also do a review as well on the bag at some stage. So I decided today I'm going to do the review on the bag as well itself. The bag in question is the new Lowepro Powder. It's the BP 500 AW, and it is a dedicated camera bag. And one of the main advantages in regards to this camera bag is not only has it got very, very good and secure compartments for your camera gear, but it also has a secondary compartment as well, which I'll show you in a moment what I use it for, but it can be used for a number of different things as well. Starting on the outside of the bag, the material that it's used to manufacture the bag is actually quite good. It's water resistant, it's not waterproof, but it's a very lightweight but also strong and robust material. So I imagine, you know, from the strength point of view, it's not going to rip that easy, and also to clean it down, it's very straightforward to clean the bag down. On the front of the bag here is actually not really the main area of the bag. The main area of the bag is actually at the back, so it's a rear loading bag. But at the front here you've got a main compartment which zips down here, and you can put whatever you want to have within this area as well itself. I choose to have batteries, so I keep the batteries for my camera within here, and I also have other spare batteries as well, and I keep them in the front because it's very easy then for me to be able to take a battery out if I ever needed a battery on the fly, and it's just a very, very handy compartment as well itself. On the side of the bag here you have a separate area, and the design of this bag, like I said from the outset, is quite clever because within this side compartment at the moment I use it to store my wet gear. So I've got my wet coat and my wet pants, but you can also as well utilize that for a water compartment. So it has a gap which will allow you to be able to connect out your tubing, so you've got water then as well on the go, which you can keep separate to the side of your bag, or you can put a bottle of water in there. It's quite wide in regards to the space that it can have, and I'm sure you can utilize it for a number of other things if you didn't want to put water in there. But for me, I've got my wet gear in there, so again it's outside of the bag, it's not anywhere near my camera equipment, and if I do need to get them I can grab it quite quickly. The sealing as well that's on these zips is quite good, and they also have some very handy grips as well, so if it's a cold morning or your hands are wet you can grab the zip quite straightforward as well itself. Below that you have a compartment here which is a mesh, so you can put obviously different items inside here. You can put a bottle of water in there if you wanted to, or you can put gloves in there, or whatever you wanted to decide to be able to put on this side of the bag. You also then as well have a set of clips that are here, so you can put additional items in here and in here, and you can clip those on as well. So you know, this is designed to be a day bag, so if you're going somewhere you can connect walking poles or whatever it may have been into this side of the bag anyway as well itself. If we move over to the other side of the bag here, you can see I have my tripod connected into that, and that's connected in to a very handy fold out holder that comes in the end of this here. It has 2 little clips, so if I open up these clips themselves, then I can just very quickly remove my tripod, and I can utilize my tripod then for whatever I want to do with that. And then this item as well here, it folds up into itself, so if you don't want to use it at all you can zip it back in here and it's not being used whatsoever. And one advantage as well of this bag is on the outside of the bag there are many straps and connectors, so you can connect whatever you wanted to connect onto the outside of the bag as well itself. But that's very handy as an access point for the tripod, and you can get the tripod quite quickly and quite easily. If we turn to the back, so you can see there's a very intricate and good design here on the back, and this is quite good padding that's here. It has for an aeration point of view as well, so it's not going to get too warm when you're out and about and you're hiking and such like that. You have your waist straps, so it helps you to be able to support the weight of the bag as well itself. And inbuilt into both of these here is a zip, so you've got quite handy area. So when you've got that around you here, you can have whatever you wanted to have, a snack bar, a compass or something like that, which is very quick and easy access. And there's one on this side and there's also one on the opposite side. So good use of space in regards to that. And then within the straps as well themselves, quite good padding that's on that. As I mentioned, there's a number of areas and clips that you can clip things onto, and they're expanding as well. And also then you've got a mesh area here also, so you can put something in here, albeit a phone or whatever you wanted to have on that side, and it's also repeated as well on this side. As I mentioned from the outset, it's a rear opening bag. So if you've got a bag that opens on the front side, let's just say, and you've got that on your back, it's rare that it would happen, but the potential is there that somebody could open your bag and take something out without you knowing of it. This obviously is facing you, so you're never going to really have that issue. But the beauty of this then is that when you open up this dedicated pouch that you have, within that you can see my camera gear as well as here. So I'm able to have my camera with its lens. I also have my 70-200 that you can customize all these compartments, by the way. I've got a wide angle lens that I have here, and then I also have my Lowepro filter pouch as well, which slots very, very neatly within the bag as well itself. One advantage, and it's something that I haven't seen in many other bags, is this unit itself is a separate compartment. So you can remove that compartment if you wanted to. You can carry that compartment only if you were traveling elsewhere, so that keeps your camera gear safe. And when you take that out, then the bag itself can become one bigger area that you can store different things within the bag as well itself. It has this separate inner shield. It's good, but there's disadvantage to it, which I'll come to at the very end of the review. And then on the back end of this here, this is where this will zip back up again, and it's a double zip, so you can have it wherever access, and again, very simple and good handles to be able to grab onto to be able to open that. Moving on to the bag, then on the top of the bag, this is where I think it gets quite clever. So you have one compartment on the top here, which you can put whatever you want in there. For me, I keep my pair of walkie-talkies in there, so again, they're easy to access. I don't have to open the bag to get them. And that's the very top compartment. But then underneath that, you have another tiny little area here. And within that, you have a bigger area to store items. So what I have in here is my additional microphone. I've got some SD cards. I've got my remote release and the remote release controller as well, so the Hainel Capture Pro. I mentioned that a number of times on my episodes of my vlog. But within that, like I said, there's two different compartments, so you can keep things nice and separated, and you don't have any risk of them getting damaged or anything like that. The top of the bag, like I said, because it's quite unique in its design, you have these quick release tabs here, so I can release them here. That folds over, and then it reveals the upper part of the bag, and as you can see, that can expand quite a lot in regards to its capacity. Or if you wanted to, you can clip on the back of these here again, and you can open it from the other side. So again, it's only on with these clips, and now it opens up and you can see that that's the unit as well itself. Again, if you wanted to, you can remove this completely. So there's the top of the bag, completely on its own. It has no relevance whatsoever to this right now, and I can use that forever I want. If I wanted to put certain items in there and just bring that with me, I can bring that as such with me. We'll leave that to the side for the moment because it'll give us an opportunity to be able to see into the main top area of the bag as well itself. So this here has a drawstring, and you pull your drawstring obviously like you normally would, and that seals everything up on that. One idea I do like is that you've got a reverse, so you just pull the reverse and it opens right back up for you. It's a good wide opening. What I have inside here at the moment is my drone. So there's my drone, there's my controller in its separate holders or compartments, and then there's the spare battery. And all that fits inside here, and there's plenty of room for that to be able to fit within the bag as well itself. Also, when we're in the top of the bag, you have an area here that you can put, like I said, your items into, but you also have an area that you can put a laptop as well. So you can drop a laptop down inside here, and it's in its own separate compartment, and you can do, like I say, whatever you wish in regards to that. Moving to the front of the bag again now, is one other area that I never mentioned at the beginning, is another compartment at the front here. So this compartment here, it folds down, as you can see. It reveals another area that you can store items in here. So this is my mosquito or midge net and my mosquito midge spray. So all of that sits inside here, again, all in its own individual area. Quite a large capacity, as you can see, in regards to what you want to put in here. and you have another little area as well here that you can utilize in regards to that. All that will zip back up, and again you've got another clip here at the front that you can do whatever you want to clip onto on the front of the bag. And an interesting part then that I found on this bag is that, like I said from the outset, it is water resistant, but it's not waterproof. So I've been caught out a couple of times now when I've been out taking photos and you get caught in a deluge of rain. It happens, it can happen quite easily. But in here, at the very end of the bag, you've got this little compartment here, and inside that you have a fold-out bag. And then this itself will wrap completely around the bag as well itself on the front, and then that seals the bag as well, so you can hike and you can be in the rain. You don't risk anything getting wet or anything like that. And when you're done with it, you fold it back up, slots back into its own dedicated area, and you zip it back up again. That's a very, very good use of space as well also. The other area that you have within this here is a chest strap. So the chest strap will come across, and it'll allow you then as well to help you to spread the weight evenly, because if you've got a lot of camera gear in the bag, obviously if you're doing large hikes, it can be quite tiresome and painful over time, whereas you use your chest strap, it distributes that weight nice and evenly as well. One disadvantage that I don't like in regard to this bag is got to do with the part that I do like actually, which is on the back here where you open this bag. I mentioned that you have this inner cover. I find that the way that they've got this designed, it sits in perfectly, it sits in very, very neat, but it's actually very, very tight because you've got a metal frame that's within this bag as well itself. So to open and close this, it's actually quite difficult to get your hands in to open and close it each time. It's a good design because it won't allow things to get wet, but from an ease of use point of view, I never seal the inside one. It's only the outside one that I generally seal. So that's one of the disadvantages, I suppose, that I find in regards to this bag. Since I started to use this bag, it has been quite beneficial to me. It's, has helped me to get quick access to everything that I need. I can carry quite a lot. It's really, really comfortable. Like I said, on the back here with this design, it's really, really good. I get everything that I want within one bag, and plus, because the area on the top here is a large area and expandable, then you can put quite a lot of items into that. However, that being said, a second disadvantage in regards to that I don't like about this bag is something got to do with the design. So if we come back to this again here, so we're going to clip this back on, and we're going to clip it on the back here, and we're also going to clip it onto the front. And once we clip it back onto the front, it now has the lid back on the bag as well itself. However, what I don't like about it is this itself. If I turn the bag sideways, so you can see it doesn't sit properly on the top of the bag. So I've been out in showers and there's been a bit of rain, and the rain then has gone down and into the inside of the top part of the bag. Now it is okay if it's not going to be a heavy deluge of rain, but I just don't like the fact that it doesn't actually cover the whole bag, it just covers the top of the bag. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, I'm not quite sure, but it's not giving me that benefit, I suppose, really. But they're the only disadvantages that I can find in regards to this bag, because it's quite versatile for me from a photography point of view. I can utilize it, like I said, if I'm going out, I can put a change of clothing inside here, I can put food inside there, I can put drinks inside in that, and I get all of my camera gear, and I can attach my tripod onto one side, and from my videoing point of view, I can attach the tripod that's holding the camera that's recording this as well on the other side, so I can have everything then in one area, and it's really, really good from that point of view. So overall, it's a very, very good bag. I'll put the details and links to where you can purchase the bag and relevant prices and such like that if you're interested in buying the bag as well itself. But I like it. It's something that, since I started using, I kind of wondered how I used the previous bag that I had, because that only fit camera gear as such, and everything was really, really, really crushed into the bag as well itself. But this is a high capacity bag. It's designed, like I said, to be able to go on a day trip or a trekking. I can attach as well camping gear onto the bag if need be, so I can do it from an overnight stay because of all the additional straps that are within the bag as well itself. So it's a really, really good bag. It's something that I would recommend, and if you're looking for a bag I think this would be a very good one. It's reasonably priced generally from what I can see, and it's a well-designed bag. It comes in 2 different colors, so I've got the blue unit here. You also then have a grey and orange bag. So I'll give you a look at those as well here, so you can see what they would look like, so whatever your style and stuff like that would be. But overall, really good bag. It's a bag I would recommend. It's a bag I probably won't change from anytime soon anyway, because it suits all the needs that I want. But yeah, that's the bag itself. That's what my thoughts on it. I hope you have enjoyed the review that I've done on that. I don't do product reviews that often, so maybe I touched all the points. If I didn't, ask me a question below and I'd love to be able to answer those questions for you. And yeah, thanks very much for watching this episode of my vlog. As always, please hit that subscribe button, give me a like, give me a comment, and until the next time, Slán go fóill.